Hey y'all. Ask God to allow you to hear this word through Him. So, back at the beginning, probably a month or so ago, God had gave me instructions to go and grow a garden. And I'm like, I never did that before. So, I did what God told me to do. And sometimes we have to do things that we don't understand. But we know that God is giving us clear instructions to do things, whatever it might be. So I did it. And I went out there and I dug up my rows. I chose the vegetables. And each row, as I was going down each row, and as I was dropping that seed, I spoke into each hole and said, you shall live and not die. Each row. Until I got done. And when I got done, I prayed over the garden. I watered it and I went on about my business. Because when God instructs us and lead us into doing things, and it's not our way, and when we do it, just know that God has went ahead of you. Just follow the plans that God has given you. And you might be saying just like me, but I never done this before. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how to grow a garden. But guess what? I walked in obedience and I did what He told me to do. So the weeks was going by and I prayed over it. I did what He told me to do. I left it alone. I wasn't paying it no attention. But then you had somebody that came along and they started looking at the garden. And they was like, your stuff not even growing. And I'm saying to myself, well, in your eyes, it's not growing. As a matter of fact, you can't see the promise because God didn't give you the vision. You can't see what's coming up after ground because God didn't give you the eyes to see it. You can't understand the instructions because God did not give you the ears to hear the instructions. So, I just let it go in one ear and come out the other because I'm saying to myself, well, regardless of what you can't see and regardless of what we looking at some dirt. But guess what? I walked in obedience and I did what God told me to do. So if He told me to go out there and plant them seeds, then I trust that He knows what's best for me. So they kept talking. They kept talking up against the plan of God. And eventually, because like I tell y'all, I sit there and listen and won't say nothing. Because I'm saying to myself, well, just because you can't see it don't mean I can't see it. So eventually I told them, wait, hold up a minute. Get your mouth off of what I got going on. Because don't come over here. I'm telling y'all, I be quick to tell somebody, don't come over here with all that negativity. I don't want to hear it. Get your mouth up off of what I got going on. And it just bothers me when I hear people, they just speak, it's just negative, just speaking against things. And I even had to tell them, get your mouth up off your own situation and stop being so negative about it. And the reason why you have people that's like that, because guess what? They're not seeking God first. That's what I have realized. Because when you seek God in everything, regardless of what you got going on, when you seek Him first, guess what? All that negative that you putting against whatever you got going on, you ain't be saying stuff like that. But when you seek God and you trust God in the situation, then guess what? God, regardless of what it's looking like, I trust you. So I had to tell them, like, go on. Like, get your mouth up off of this, because I don't care what it's looking like right now, but eventually it's going to look like something. So the weeks was going on. I was watering it. And then a week came. God was bringing the rain. So I took my focus off of it. Pay attention to what I just said. I took my focus off of it because I did what God told me to do. But you have other people that be so focused on what you got going on. So they were so bothered about what's going on out there. And I'm so focused on other projects that I got going on to where I wasn't even paying attention to the garden. So when the rain didn't come, I would go out there and water it. And I took my focus off of it. So just yesterday, let me tell y'all something. Got to the house. Keep in mind, I said that we have been having rain every day. Probably skip a day. I go out there and water it. I see greenery rising up, growing up out the dirt. And yesterday, pulled up in the driveway. Got out the car. Still wasn't paying attention to the garden. And my sister got out the car. And she stepped up to it. She said, your vegetables is blooming. And I was like, huh? So I walked over to the garden. And I looked. And I was like, but I was just out here the other day. And this was not looking like what I saw the other day. So I smiled and I giggled. I just stood in front of the garden and I smiled and I giggled. And I said, God, I see you, God. Like, no matter what people see, no matter what the naysayers got to say, but God, I see you when you learn how to walk in obedience. Even when you don't understand, God, why are you telling me to do this? Even when it's pushing you out of your comfort zone. Even when God got you moving and doing things and going in directions you never been in. Do it. Regardless of what people is saying. Regardless of what people cannot see. Because I have said it before. It's not meant for everybody to see the plan and vision that God got for your life. It's not meant. God didn't give them that vision. He didn't sit you in that person in your quiet space and said, this is what I got for her. This is what I got for him. No, it was for you and God. So regardless of what people is saying, what it don't look like, keep doing what God is telling you to do. I did it. I went out there. I put the seeds in. I watered it. I walked in obedience. And guess what came next? I trust the process. And guess what? Right now, today, that empty space that used to be just dirt is now plants. And guess what? You can literally see it blooming. But just the other week, it was just a little bit of plants. But now it's blooming. You want to know why? Because I trusted God in the process. You might not be growing a garden like me, but God have instructed you to do some things. And regardless, if can't nobody else see the vision, if didn't nobody else hear the plan, I want to tell you, you do what God has told you to do. Be obedient, even when you don't understand. But I promise you, whatever he's telling you to do, he already went ahead of you. Bye, y'all.